Good afternoon, hello, and Happy New Year, District 84. I am Fred Bergeron, your Public Relations Manager, coming to you live this second day of January 2021. It is also the halfway point to the Toastmasters New Year for 2021 and 2022. Can you believe we are already halfway there? I don't know about you, but I can't believe we're there already. Where's all the time gone? And if you're tuning in, you're probably curious about my guest. After being assigned a project at work that introduced her to Toastmasters, Francine fell in love with the organization. After falling in love, she dove right into Toastmasters, right into the deep end. She later became involved at the district level and has been an active member since. Francine has been a Toastmaster for 5 years now and is 3 projects away from receiving both her Legacy and Pathways DTM. Pim said Happy New Year to us.
Happy New Year, Pim.
She has been working on a high-performance leadership project designed to help 2 struggling clubs. Please help me welcome the wonderful, talented, and often smiling Francine Juhlin.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome, Francine. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too. How are you doing?
Good. And for those who are new to Toastmasters or aren't familiar with Toastmasters, could you please tell the audience what DTM stands for?
Yes, DTM is Distinguished Toastmaster. And after a series of projects and speeches and leadership exercises, the DTM is awarded. It's the Distinguished Toastmaster Award, the highest level award that Toastmasters gives.
Well, congratulations I'm going to congratulate you early because I know I'm going to see you at the conference doing the DTM March. So congratulations on your journey. And I also wanted to know, how long have you been in Toastmasters and what made you take the plunge?
I've been a Toastmaster for 5 years, and I was on a team at work that improved work conditions were in the environment where we worked. And the first thing we did is we put up suggestion boxes. And Neil McClellan, he's a distinguished Toastmaster in our district, he put the Toastmaster suggestion in the suggestion box, and the skipper loved it. We worked for a military command. As a member of the team that put up the suggestion boxes, I was assigned to help get the project started. And I had no idea what Toastmasters was. I went to Orange Park Toastmasters to see a meeting, and I fell in love with it. By the way, hello, Orange Park. You were my first experience with Toastmasters. You were so warm and inviting. And I knew it was something I wanted to be a part of because I saw how people were learning and practicing and supporting each other.
Well, cool. And what's your favorite part about the Toastmasters experience?
Again, it's the learn by doing. And when I was doing the research to try to win over our training department, I looked at some of the other programs available and some of the training programs that our command uses. And you might sit in a classroom for days and listen to someone else talk, and you might get up and speak once. And as far as leadership, I've learned more about leadership in Toastmasters than I did in my 22 years in the military, because Toastmaster teaches leadership in a whole different way than the military does. And it's so much more effective. So, what was the question again? I think I got off track.
What's your favorite part of the Toastmasters experience?
There's just so much. I'm a great Toastmaster. I just totally got on a tangent and got off track. But my favorite part is the learn by doing. You cannot sit in a classroom and learn how to communicate effectively or to be an effective leader. You have to practice. And Toastmasters offers that experience.
Yep, and I was in the military as well, and I've kind of noticed some similarities and differences in there in the leadership style, but that's one of my favorite parts as well, Francine. And now I have a three-part question for you. And the first one is, how has Toastmasters had an effect on you?
Oh, Toastmasters has had an effect on me in so many ways, but let me talk about this project I'm working on because it kind of sums it up.
Okay.
I was afraid of technology. Even through my 2 terms as a district leader, and I'm an aircraft electrician by trade, but I'm still afraid of technology, about computers and the cell phones and talking on video. I made it through 8 months of this pandemic without ever attending a Zoom meeting. Well, my fear of technology was holding me back. And I thought about what I could do, and I decided what better way to jump right in the deep end than to start a project and have all my Toastmasters friends support me and help me learn and grow.
Okay, so you think, based on what you just said, those are what helped you with your biggest challenges, especially with the pandemic upon us and helping you overcome these challenges?
Yes, and even when I was a baby Toastmaster, I thought I was an effective public speaker. I thought I was an effective communicator. I had an MBA. But through the years, I have learned that I had so much more to learn. I'm not done learning yet.
Okay, yeah, but we're never done learning, and I like to say that Toastmasters is a learning environment, and goes back to the learning as you go theory as well. So I do agree with you on that. Now you mentioned district leadership earlier, Francine. So tell us, do you have any current roles in the district, and what have been your past roles?
Well, right now, I am the Vice President of Membership and the Vice President of Public Relations for my home club, Jacks of All Trades at the Naval Air Station here in Jacksonville. And I'm also working on sponsoring a new club, Oakleaf Toastmasters. And those are my 2 roles right now. In the past, I was also an area director for 2 different terms. One's for Area 63 and one's for Area 64.
Okay, and of all those roles, current and past, what's been your favorite?
Well, I really liked the role as area director because I got out of my club. I got to see what other clubs were doing. I stole some of their ideas I liked and brought them back to my club. And I just really liked meeting all the different people. And that might be one more of my favorite things about Toastmasters is I have 300 friends from all over Florida now because of my time in Toastmasters. So the networking aspect is just amazing.
Well, yeah, that's true too. Because a friend of mine came, I should have added Toastmasters to my networking speech that I left out. I was like, I said, I don't even know why I didn't think about it, but yeah, that would be something to add to my repertoire for networking. And tell us more about this new club, and I'm presuming this is also part of your DTM project. So could you what got you wanting to start this new club?
Well, I have been trying to start a new club for a while now because our club at the Naval Air Station is a corporate club, and we're closed because our command pays for our dues, so they won't let anyone else join us.
Mm-hmm.
However, we have the contractors who work in our facility. We have active duty military members and family and friends of our club members who want to join. So for a while now, I've been trying to start a community club that other people in our orbit can join and experience the wonderful things that Toastmaster has to offer. And the Oakleaf Toastmasters was first formed as one of my DTM projects to sponsor a new club, and that is the last thing I have left to do for my legacy DTM.
Okay, and why should people join Toastmasters?
People should join Toastmasters because even if you're not trying to become a public speaker or a keynote speaker or a leader, It's a wonderful environment to meet people and learn and grow. And you will learn things that you didn't even know you wanted to learn. Because when I first started, I wanted to be a professor. I wanted to be a college professor. But during my time in Toastmasters, as I've learned and as I've grown, I realized that there's so much more out there, so many different things that I've been introduced to that make me want to do more and be more. And I think that is the one thing that everyone ought to keep in mind, that even if you're completely happy where you are now, when you join an environment where you're learning and growing, you're going to find new things that you love. You're going to meet new people that you just click and gel with. And it's a feeling like no other when you're a part of a bigger community of like-minded people.
Well, cool. Now, you told us about your challenges earlier. What's been your biggest takeaway or your biggest aha moment since joining Toastmasters?
My biggest aha moment is that I don't have to do it all myself. I can ask for help. And that's what I did for this project. I, as I said, I have been trying to start this club for a while, and I had some helpers, and some of them have left the project for various reasons. And I was at a roadblock. So what I did is I went out to my Toastmasters family, my community, and I asked for help. And you won't believe all the things I've learned just by asking people for help.
Yes, I know the feeling. I know when I was an assistant area director, I can kind of relate to that on the opposite end, Francine. People were coming out of the woodwork asking me to help them. Say, "Hey, Fred, can you help us at an area contest, or can you help at our club contest?" And 90% of the people I never even met face to face, Francine. They just found my information on the district Facebook page, or they were reaching out to my division director. I'm like, wow. Same thing when I went to my very first conference. I went to my very first conference, made a few new friends. Next thing you know, I'm getting like 25 friend requests from people in Toastmasters and District 84 that they apparently met me. I just couldn't remember. And I was flattered and overwhelmed. And at that conference is also when I was asked to be an area director. So I was very overwhelmed in a good way when all that was coming in. So Toastmasters has been a good journey for me too, and very flattering for me as well. And I got a lot out of it. Like you said, I'm learning as I go. This will always be a learning experience for me as long as I'm in. So the next question, Francine, is how can someone join Toastmasters?
Well, that is very easy. Now, if you wanted to join our club, we're having an open house on January 12th, and we'll have all the forms necessary. You choose a club. That's the first thing, because every club is just a little bit different. We all have our own cultures and our own traditions that we honor. But the one thing that is the same in every club is it's supportive. We do speeches. We get our speeches evaluated, and we practice speaking extemporaneously. Those are the three things that happen at every meeting, but each club does it just a little differently, because there are clubs designed for photographers, there are clubs designed for business people, there are clubs designed for professional speakers. So find the club that fits you. Our club is primarily people who live in the Oakleaf area of Jacksonville, but we're on Zoom now, which is a wonderful opportunity to meet people from outside of your area and learn things that you wouldn't have normally learned in your own area. So to join, find a club. You could go to the Toastmasters website, and there's a find a club. You could find a club in your area if they are meeting in person. Many aren't right now. Or you could email me. If you see on the scrolling bar underneath Fred and me, you can see my email address. Send me an email, and I'll send you a link to our open house coming up on January 12th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
Okay, and Francine, for our listening only audience, could you please let people know what that email address is, please?
Absolutely. It's Francine, FRANCINE 712 at gmail.com.
Okay, and how can we as a district and an organization as a whole help you accomplish your goals and your objectives, Francine?
Please share this video.
Okay.
Please share this video on Facebook. And please, if you see a flyer for the open house coming up, share it with your friends of friends. And the more people who know, the more people that come to our open house, the better chance we'll have of chartering by the end of this month.
Yeah, and isn't there like an incentive or something if clubs charter with 20 members by the end of the month?
There is. If we charter this club by the end of the month, each brand new member will only have to pay for 6 months dues, which is $45. You'll be saving the $20 new membership fee if we charter this club by the 30th of January.
Yeah, and I believe there's an incentive too where you don't have to pay the chartering fee.
That's true. We'll save on the chartering fee too, which is $125. Let me put a little plug in here for anyone out there who owns a business. If you want to start a club for your employees, this is a wonderful opportunity because you'll be saving the $20 per new member plus the $125 chartering fee if all the paperwork is done and accepted by the 30th of January this year.
Yep, great. And any parting words to our audience or people that want to join Toastmasters and overall how you've benefited before we part ways, Francine?
What I'd like to say is that if you want to join a club that will give you an unlimited amount of support and encouragement in doing whatever you want to do, Toastmasters is it. If you need an emotional boost, if you need that confidence boost, we're here for you.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Francine. And again, you can reach Francine at Francine, FRANCINE 712 at gmail.com if you're interested in joining this Oakley Toastmasters Club or just interested in Toastmasters in general. Francine, it was nice talking to you. I wanted to wish you a happy new year. Thoroughly enjoyed this interview, and I am looking forward to the next 6 months, and wanted to let everybody know we're halfway there. So happy 2021 and looking forward to our 2021-2022 New Year. Have a great one, Francine, and everybody have a great and happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks
Yeah,
for coming
bye-bye.
and listening to us.
Yeah, bye-bye.